The hum of the spacecraft's engines was the only thing keeping me sane. I had spent the last decade hunting the remnants of the Clythar, the alien species that had destroyed my home colony, and now I was finally close. Close enough to see the obsidian towers of their hive world rising like jagged teeth against the blood-red sky. My heart thumped in my chest as I gripped the controls, trying to steady the trembling in my hands. I wasn't just any survivor. I was marked. A scar traced across my shoulder, burned into my skin the night their ships annihilated everything I loved. That scar was both a curse and a warning, and tonight, it would draw me into the very heart of the nightmare I had been chasing. Landing was messy. The planet's atmosphere was thick, acidic, and unwelcoming. My suit hissed with internal temperature adjustments as I made my way across jagged plains. Each step felt heavy, like walking through syrup. The air was alive with the electric charge of unseen life forms. Somewhere in the distance, a low rumble vibrated through the ground, a signal that I was getting closer to the hive. I had expected horror, chaos, and mindless creatures. What I hadn't expected was silence. The central chamber loomed ahead, a cathedral-like structure of living black material, pulsing faintly as though it had a heartbeat of its own. I stepped inside, my pulse quickening. Shadows shifted in the corners of my vision. Then I saw her, the alien queen. She was enormous, a perfect hybrid of insectal and humanoid elegance, her head crowned with iridescent spires that shimmered in the dim light. Her multiple eyes, countless, penetrating, and horrifyingly intelligent, fixed on me immediately. Time slowed. I froze, caught in her gaze. The scar on my shoulder burned hot, as if it recognized her as well. She moved closer, every step deliberate, echoing against the living walls. The sound of her exoskeleton clicking was a grotesque rhythm, a heartbeat of another kind. "You," she hissed, her voice vibrating directly inside my skull. "It was you after all these years." My stomach dropped. I had not expected recognition. I had expected rage, curiosity, perhaps even violence, but recognition? Somehow she knew me. Somehow, this creature, this nightmare that had obliterated my home, remembered me. I swallowed hard, my voice barely a whisper. I survived. Her head tilted, and she extended a clawed appendage toward my scar. I instinctively pulled my arm back, but she was faster. The touch was electric, like cold lightning coursing through my veins. Images flashed in my mind, visions not my own. Memories of my childhood, my colony, my family, twisted by alien eyes. And then, horrifyingly, a memory I had buried deep, the moment the Queen had first marked me, the night she had chosen me. I had survived the attack, but she had left a psychic imprint, a tether between us that had grown stronger over the years. "You carry the mark," she said, each word resonating like a drumbeat in my head. "Not just the scar, the essence. You have been shaped by it." I staggered backward, barely keeping my balance. The room seemed to pulse with her awareness. Every thought, every fear, every memory was laid bare before her. For the first time, I realized that the hunt I had thought I was leading was actually her design. She had been guiding me, testing me, waiting for me to return to her. "Why?" I asked, my voice trembling. "Why me? Why not destroy me completely?" A sound like 1,000 whispers filled the chamber. "Because you survived. Because you became something more. I have waited for you to understand." I felt something inside me stir. Anger, fear, but also a strange kinship. In the years since the massacre, I had obsessed over revenge. I had trained, hunted, and bled for the day I would confront her. And now, confronted with her presence, with her awareness of me, that obsession began to twist into something else. Understanding. "You're not like the others," she continued, her voice soft but immense. "You carry what they cannot. Resilience, adaptation. You are my mirror." I stumbled forward, defiance flaring despite the terror coursing through me. "I'm no mirror of yours. I am the survivor of your destruction. I am human." The Queen laughed, a sound that was both melodic and nightmarish. Yes, human. But no longer just human. You have grown through pain, through loss. You have become something I admire. I shook my head, trying to deny the creeping truth in her words. Yet even as I did, the psychic connection she had forged with my scar revealed itself. I could feel her presence inside me, probing memories, unearthing emotions I had long buried. And then, impossibly, I understood her. Not as an enemy, not as a monster, but as a being driven by patterns and long-term design, capable of patience I could barely fathom. You shaped me as much as I shaped you, I whispered, almost to myself. She extended another limb, brushing against my arm this time, more gently. The pain of the mark was gone, replaced by clarity. It is time, she said. You and I, we are bound by this. And it is time to fulfill what was started so long ago. My mind raced. I could strike, I could flee, but both seemed meaningless now. The Queen and I were intertwined in a way that went beyond flesh and blood. And yet the plan formed. A chance to end this cycle without becoming what I had feared I might be. I took a deep breath, letting the psychic link flow through me. If we are bound, I said, then let it be on my terms. No more destruction. No more manipulation. We end this together. The Queen paused, her many eyes studying me with an intensity that made the room feel smaller. Then, slowly, she lowered her massive form and allowed the scar on my shoulder to shimmer, its connection solidifying a strange truce. Perhaps, she murmured, perhaps the years have taught us both patience. We stood there for what felt like an eternity, alien and human, predator and survivor, finally understanding the delicate balance that had brought us together. And then, as if a signal had been given, she stepped back. The hive walls dimmed their pulsation, and the oppressive weight in the air lifted slightly. I knew this was not the end. The scar would always bind us. The Queen would always recognize me. But for the first time in a decade, I felt not fear, but power. Power drawn from survival, from memory, from understanding. I had faced the ultimate predator and emerged, not unscathed, but alive, and with the knowledge that I could shape the future instead of being shaped by the past. As I walked out of the central chamber, leaving the pulsating hive behind, I glanced back one last time. The alien Queen watched me, her form both terrifying and majestic, and in her eyes, I saw a glimmer of something I had never expected: respect. For the first time, the words I had whispered to myself in countless dreams and nightmares made sense. So it was me, and now it always will be. The scar on my shoulder throbbed faintly, a reminder of the past and a key to the future. And somewhere deep in the hive, the Queen was waiting for the next encounter, the next test, the next revelation. But I would be ready. I had survived. And now I had a choice.